Welcome back to part 2 of session 5, as we're talking about the law of attraction and really the frequency that you're feeling when you're playing. So the concept here right now is it's more important to feel good than to have what you want. So in the law of attraction, we've talked about everything that you can do to make yourself to feel good. It's one thing to say that I want to be playing more consistent golf. It's another thing to say that I want to be playing more golf or more consistent golf or better golf. So feeling good is it's the feeling here that we're looking for. So when we focus on the idea of feeling good, we're really harmonizing with the infinite potential of the universe. Everything is possible. So like in golf, when you're focusing on playing more consistent shots and putting more shots in the fairway, hitting more consistent greens, or I'm consistently putting better, you're in alignment with universal truth, which is basically the idea of how you'd want to feel when you're creating these scenarios for you in your golf game. But when you focus on the idea of needing more shots in the fairway and needing more shots on the green, I need to have more two putts. Well, now you start to bring in that idea of lack. So we have the higher energy and then there's that lacking energy. So by focusing on what we have, at times we may be focusing more on lack. So just because you shift to what you wanted, it may keep you up for a while, but after a while you may notice that, hey, I'm wanting this, but it's not showing up. And this is where this lack feeling comes back in. So this is a perpetual loop that people seem to always go through, especially law of attraction. People who are into the idea of law of attraction, they get stuck in this loop. So it's more important to focus on the idea of abundance or amazing feeling, anything to keep you really up, excitement, radical excitement. That's what keeps you up with your alignment with your I am presence and infinite potential when it comes to your golf game. So basically the untrained law of attraction adept or follower may be focusing on their desires, but if they see that these repetitive shots in the fairway or repetitive better outcomes I'm looking for, they're not appearing, although they have their desire and they've been focused on it, but they start to see that they're not appearing, then they start to bring in the idea of lack. So the key here at first is to focus on the idea of abundance. Abundance of a better feeling, amazing feeling, bliss, those higher frequencies which are in the quantum field, which are aligned more with your I am presence. So when you're in these higher states, you're basically aligning yourself to impulses and inspirations from your I am presence, your I am awareness, your higher self to be dropped down into you. So I can speak to this personally when I practice. Like when I go practice, I make sure that I'm in a good mood because I'm going to be there for about 2 hours. I only take a bucket of 70 golf balls. I work a lot of motion in my swing without a golf ball. When I'm going there, I make sure that my energy is up. I've cleared all thought for the day. I'm really in a good frame of mind, and I'm going to go there and I'm going to have fun. I make sure I have fun no matter what I'm working on. And even if I get stuck when I'm working on my practice, I keep myself aware that it's the better feeling that's going to help me, because when I do this, I do get impulses and inspirations from higher sources of who I am to help me along the way. And they're just dramatic things that happen that empower my practice to be so much better. I may hit a bad shot here and there. I know mechanically what I'm trying to fix, but I know that if I keep myself aligned with a higher vibration, inspiration and insights will come to me and help me in my practice session. And they happen all the time. So it's very empowering. So this week, we need you to look at how you practice and change the way that you look at it. Basically, you need to find as many ways as you can to have fun when you practice. Bliss, excitement, radical, amazing feeling, that's what you're looking for. And you're trying to keep that engaged with yourself when you are practicing. I'll add here, just as a side note, I have one of my students, he's a professional poker player, and he's very well known, very successful. And I asked him one day, I said, when you go play, when you're in a tournament, are you aware of how you're feeling before that tournament and when you're there? And he said, absolutely. He's always focused on making sure he's in a good frame of mind, a happy frame of mind, a positive state of frame of mind before his tournament ever starts. He makes sure all the time that while he's engaged in these poker tournaments, it's the same feeling. He makes sure that his focus is as positive, abundant, and blissful as it can be, no matter what the cards are showing, because he knows that the more that he does it, the better opportunity, the more circumstances he's going to see for better cards to come at him. So I thought that was a pretty interesting story. So another quote here, I'll just say, this comes from Dr. Wayne Dyer, just based on what we're talking about here. When you change the way you look at things, things you look at will then change back at you. So when you change the way you look at things, the things that you're looking at will then change back at you. So that's a very interesting way to look at it. It's a great quote from Dr. Dyer. So this week when you're practicing, we want to try to have as much fun as possible. Keep it abundant, keep your energy up, and look for those inspirations and insights to be dropped upon you.